played with Coltrane.
Well, I know that. I was around when I used to play with Coltrane's kids and Alice, and I remember you used to take me. We used to play. We'd play as kids with them, and I remember that. And that should be documented too. I did play with Coltrane's kids. Now I don't know where they are now. I don't know if they remember.
Well, I'm not City.Giuseppi. I played with City.Giuseppi in Virginia.
What about Charlie Mingus?
I played with Charlie Mingus in New York.
You played with Charlie Mingus in New York, and did they used to know him and hang around with him?
I played with Dolphy in Boston. I played with Pharoah.
You played with Pharoah Sanders too?
Yeah, I played with Pharoah.
And did you ever work with Ra.We?
Yeah, I worked with Ra.We.
Oh, okay. And was he a cool guy? Was he pretty cool?
Yeah, big band.
When we saw Ra.We,
I know you. You're Giuseppi's son. You look the same. That was in the 70s. So he remembered. And so does Pharoah Sanders. I see him in California.
There?
Yeah, I was playing with Bobby. Yeah, we was playing Mr. Magic.
Oh, you had finished school, huh?
Who?
You had finished school?
Yeah, I finished school early. I was kind of I was smart to get out of there quick. Yeah, I got the guys you modeled yourself after when you finished school.
I didn't have anybody I was trying to play good like Charlie Parker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was trying to play good like Charlie Parker.
Tompkins Square Park. So this is wonderful. That's where we're at. And back in New York, back in the village. And this is Charlie Parker's place, the street. We're going to show you the Charlie Parker sign, and eventually we're going to go to his house. But the street here was named after Charlie Parker, and it's called Charlie Parker's Place. What a great sax player. And we're going to say, send a shout out to him too in heaven. Welcome to Tompkins Square's first run. This is where all the dogs are. When I was young, I had a dog, and my dad would bring me and my dog here. His name is Ranger. So if you look at the video footage from 1966, you'll see me and Ranger. He kind of looked like one of these dogs here, but I don't actually see him. But as you see, everybody's still walking dogs. Hey, Tom.
Sounds like that. Drink Chelsea.
I played the sunlight up down here.
All these.
I just measure some chicken.
Still got to move to New York. What made you come here?
Become famous.
Become famous? To make some money. And so did you become famous?
Yeah, but I didn't make any money.
Oh, you didn't make any money? I knew it was a... That's what is a BD dot. That song is named after my mom, and to remember it after all these years, that's incredible. Because I wouldn't think he would even remember. He remembers all his songs, everybody. The man is not crazy, okay? He remembers everything he ever wrote. That's incredible. Still, this is terrible. Terrible. Yeah. Twice my age.
Stop.
You guys in New York, you just walk the lights. Nobody cares about the lights in New York, I know.
Right.
It's like just people are on the way, moving and going.
No, in LA they'll give you a ticket, right?
Yeah, and it's called Jaywalking. Yeah, and we had a thing with my son called the Jaywalk. When he lost his life, a whole bunch of us were walking in protest. Yeah. But you gotta stop now. Whoa.
Yeah, but I don't gotta go on.
I wouldn't be here. T-Mobile right here. Bring it on in. Check my dad's phone on California. We're doing a his phone doesn't come in there.
There's a community of musicians here. They're definitely on the same vibe coming out of what Giuseppi was part of creating in the 60s. And Giuseppi walked in one day, and of course I didn't know it was him, but he walked right up to me, put his stuff on the ground, and asked for a one reed. He wanted to buy one Rico reed, the softest that we had. Clearly revealing that he's living on the edge. So at that point, what basically took place was mystical, because I had never seen a picture of Giuseppe Logan. Although I had heard his music, the photograph on his first album, you really can't even see his face. So all I really knew about Giuseppe was this, and I just came out and asked him, "Hey man, are you Giuseppe Logan?" You know? I had actually been thinking about Giuseppe Logan for a couple of days prior to that, just thinking about his music and stuff like that. At that point, I was like everybody else, and it was assumed that he had vanished to the street. So what Giuseppe said was, "That's right, that's me. I'm Giuseppe Logan, and I'm here, I'm back, and I want to go out playing." When he told me that, we pretty much formed an instant friendship. Giuseppe, he took part in that period of jazz. He was there in the heyday from the 60s, and this was someone that was actually there from that time. This is someone who played with Coltrane, played with Rossano and Kirk. I mean, and not just those guys, he played with City.Giuseppi, son Ra, new Eric Dolphy, Albert Island. You know, I just inquired, you know, "Hey Giuseppe man, so what's going on?" So it turns out he was homeless, and sometimes he was spending the night in a shelter deep in Brooklyn, and the shelter had a curfew, and he was not doing that well. He was, and at his age, to be literally on the street like that, you know, not cool, man. You know, I didn't know if I was ever going to see him again at that point. I didn't know if the city was just going to swallow him up alive. I gave him all the information I could on how to get a hold of me, and I told him I would be in the store, gave my hours, and I said, "Hey man, you know, let me know what we could do." So Giuseppe kept coming by the store. Since he kept coming by, we were able to set something up. I basically wanted to help him go out playing, as he said. Other things he said to me right away was he didn't think he had much time left. Enormous importance that he'd be given a chance, at the very least, to document his music one last time, actually resurrect the career that he could have had. You know, but my thing was, his music needed to be heard and put down while he was still here with us. And that was my own personal thing, was to try and make that happen. Him and his son are back together after all these years. So already some beautiful positive things are happening. We try to keep that going from this point and see what happens next.